Hello, Mark Crossfield here. I'm here with Richard at the Titleist National Fitting Centre here in St Ives in Cambridge. We're going to hit Richard the new Titleist AP2 forged iron. He's going to talk to us a little bit about what they've done differently with this iron in the 714 version of the AP2 long-running family of irons. Let's get stuck in. Right guys, AP2 714, the new forged iron from Titleist. I mean, when it comes to a forged iron, Richard, this one has quite a lot going on, doesn't it? You know?
Absolutely, there's an awful lot of technology inside the AP2 iron that's really going to benefit all players of any stand.
Okay, go on, what have we got going on in the old AP2 then for the 714 range? I mean, when I look at it first, two things I notice is top edge looks smaller.
There's a slightly more rounded top edge that's technically hasn't made any changes to it, but does appear to the consumer that's a little bit thinned out.
That's interesting. So it's actually no thinner, it just appears
exactly.
thinner. I mean, it does, it looks thinner, so definitely a bit more towards the classic kind of range. Offset looks less almost to me.
Yeah, we've just changed the blend of the offset here. Actually, it's exactly the same as it was on the previous iteration, but the blend is slightly more subtle to create the appearance of less visual offset.
That's interesting, is it? So the offset's actually physically the same as the old one, but you're working on the appearance of it. So, real subtle differences there, but when you put the ball down, or the club down by the ball, sorry, it does, you know, it looks really classic and nice. Like, I mean, AP2 has always looked pretty nice, to be honest, but definitely looks a bit more shaved off.
Good.
So what's going on then? I think we've got one of these here, which we'll show the audience as well, which I think is quite interesting. AP2's always had tungsten in it.
Yes.
I mean, this one's the one that really interests me. I mean, this shows you kind of what you guys do, and other manufacturers as well, arguably, to try and really push your clubs to the boundaries, is that you've pushed this weight in the heel right to the edge.
Yeah, this is really all about trying to make a more forgiving golf club.
Okay.
But at the same time, we didn't want to sacrifice the classical looks that we have, the blade length that we have, which is a typical Titleist audience is seeking out. So by getting the tungsten weight in as far in the heel and toe areas of the club we can maintain that same chassis, but we can improve the forgiveness of the golf club.
Okay, so what Titleist is saying then, this iron is going to appear a little bit more kind of classic in its designs, but the performance in Titleist's mind is going to go forwards with how forgiveness
of this club
it is.
is slightly better than it was on the 712 generation. That's the key for us, trying to make a more forgiving golf club without changing the traditional looks of it. Okay,
so we're going to give it a hit. I mean, the big tagline with these clubs, I think I never get this the right way round.
Flight, forgiveness and feel.
Flight, forgiveness and feel. So what have you done to change the flight? I'm just going to hit a couple of shots. What have you done to change the flight of this with AP2 712 over the last one?
First off, it's really a very progressive golf club. Each of the irons is being treated individually to try and create what we're looking for from each iron, because a long iron is very different from a short iron.
Okay.
So from a flight perspective, what we're trying to do for the long irons is get the ball up into the air for longer, create more carry distance. So we've got the centre of gravity lower, creating a higher launching product. Okay. Conversely, with the short irons, we've done the opposite. We've actually moved the centre of gravity up higher, moved some of the tungsten weighting out that we use to lower the CG in the long irons. We're taking that out of the short irons in order to get the CG higher, maintain trajectory, give you a little bit more distance out of the short irons, but still getting the same stopping power.
That's interesting. I mean, so what Richard's saying there is the long irons, the CG's gone lower, which you would kind of expect. Lots of manufacturers say that they push the CG as low as they can in the long irons, but then in the shorter irons you've moved it higher to try and again just work on that flight to get the best
just thickened up the face as well, just to help move that CG a little bit higher.
Interesting. And I've noticed the lofts have gone a bit stronger on some of these irons, not all of them.
Thickened the face up, technically you lose a little bit of speed, so we've actually taken a little bit of loft off the short irons to help counter that. So it's not a distance play, it's about maintaining the trajectory of it.
So that's interesting.
The distance that we've got before.
So where other manufacturers are trying to strengthen lofts to gain speed, you strengthen lofts to maintain speed inferior is what you're saying, which is quite interesting, because I mean, certainly if I was doing this review back at the range, I'd have seen stronger lofts without looking deeper in. I'd have just gone, here we go, everyone's going to have a 2°7 iron by 2020. I can't get the ball in the air anymore. But you guys are actually just trying to maintain, which is interesting. So look guys, that's AP2, feels really good. I've hit some balls on GC2 HMT here, so let's look at some of the numbers and see actually what this club can do. So if we look at the data for AP2 714, swinging around my 90 mile an hour mark with a 6 iron, carrying 178. Pretty good numbers there. 178 with my 6 iron, exactly where I'd want to be. Relatively strong numbers. 5,100 total spin averaging, and offline averaging -2 yards, hitting that bad boy straight as well. Good performing iron, as you would expect. Right guys, interesting numbers there, as you can see. I mean, it's performing pretty well, isn't it? It's getting very similar numbers to many of the other clubs I've tried, but what you are getting with this one, definitely I think feel, I mean, AP2 with its forged, and you've got dampening bits always on these clubs, so there's always bits going on in the back.
Yeah, we have a medallion in the back to help get the right acoustics, the right sound, dampen down the vibration that players experience through impact. That's very much an important part. Feel is a huge part of the AP line.
Absolutely, and the feel of this club is gorgeous. I mean, it feels very, very nice. Everything you'd expect an AP2 or a Titleist iron to feel like. Definitely looks brilliant. Any of you guys looking for that more classic look but still want that forgiveness, this one is going to offer that. This is definitely a club, if you guys are out there looking for a new iron where you want classic looks but you also want a bit of forgiveness, AP2 is definitely one of the ones you should be out there trying and going and getting fit for, because it is a very classic, good feeling iron. Let me know what you think, guys. 714, is it a big enough change over 712 for you? Post comments down below, I'd love to hear. You know, for me, definitely the improved look would do it for me. The numbers I would get out of this, I'm not sure are going to be particularly different, but the look definitely is very, very nice. That little less offset and that's kind of calmed down top edge is looks really nice, really classic.
Good.
Thanks for watching, guys. Post comments down below, let me know what you think, and we'll speak to you all soon. So if you like what's going on here, don't be afraid to subscribe to the channel. Also thumbs up the video, post comments, love to hear what you guys got to say. Let's keep it social. The more we talk, the more we share, the easier this game will get for everybody. So if you want to find me on Facebook here, you can find me on Facebook. If you want to tweet me, find me on Twitter here as well. Just follow the links, all in the description. Come and join the show, get active, get involved, get playing some better golf. Thanks for watching.